If you stand on Nguyen Van Huong Street at 7:30 in the morning, you don't see your typical chaotic Saigon traffic jam. Instead, you witness what looks like a highly orchestrated migration. A parade of iconic yellow school buses, parents strolling with lattes in hand, English echoing everywhere. It almost feels like a completely different universe, doesn't it?
It really does. It is a self-sufficient ecosystem, a true expat enclave where international schools are the beating heart of the community. We aren't just talking about places to drop the kids off while you work. We are looking at massive global institutions dictating the entire rhythm and real estate of a district.
Exactly. And the undeniable giant in the room is the British International School. Imagine walking through those gates as a 2-year-old toddler and stepping out 16 years later with an international baccalaureate diploma. It is a completely curated pipeline, but what fascinates me is the culture inside. It is not some relaxed, free-for-all environment. There is a distinct, almost traditional British discipline mixed with hyper-modern STEAM labs.
Right. And that curation extends far beyond the physical classroom walls. A student sitting in Thao Dien today might be collaborating on a project with a kid in New York or London tomorrow through a global campus network. It is an incredibly powerful launchpad. But that brings us to the elephant in the room, the famous Thao Dien Bubble.
The bubble. It is such a perfect, if slightly intimidating metaphor. These kids have an incredibly rich, diverse social life. They might have best friends from 5 different continents and eat authentic French or Italian food right after swim club. Yet, they can be entirely disconnected from the actual, vibrant Vietnamese reality sitting just a few meters outside their secure gates. Is that cultural isolation the necessary cost of a premium global education?
That is the ultimate trade-off parents are making. For an expat family, say a German engineer who might be relocated to Singapore or Geneva next year, this bubble is actually a survival tool. It provides a seamless transition. The school acts as a heavy anchor in a highly transient life. These students become third culture kids, absorbing pieces of every culture they touch without fully rooting into the local soil.
Which is a beautiful concept on the surface, but it does make you wonder about the long-term psychological impact. They are growing up with world-class facilities and a borderless mindset, but where is home? If you belong everywhere, do you truly belong anywhere?
That is the million-dollar question. We look at these enclaves and marvel at the flawless integration and the privilege. But underneath it all, it is a massive, ongoing social experiment. These kids are the ultimate global citizens, navigating a world without borders, yet confined within a very comfortable, invisible wall.
A gilded cage of sorts. It definitely leaves us questioning what the future holds for these hyper-globalized communities as cities continue to evolve. When the bubble eventually pops, or when these children finally step out of it into the raw reality of the world, what kind of society will they build? That is something worth pondering long after the morning rush ends.